Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is War Train here. If you're new, please subscribe and click the notification bell down below so you can be notified of all my new videos. And with that said, guys, today's video I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch Labo. This thing has came out a little while ago. Here it is right here. This thing is pretty unique piece of little hardware or cardboard or whatever you want to call it. It came out a little while ago. It's really unique. It's pretty neat little add-on for the Nintendo Switch. If you already have a Nintendo Switch, you can jump into a beginner VR set for $40, which is actually pretty amazing. And for the $40, you get more than just this headset. You get a blaster gun that you can build with by yourself or with your kids. It's definitely cool. It's a neat engineering piece that is actually pretty amazing, and I had a good time putting it together. It was actually a lot of fun. Probably just as much fun as it is to play the thing. And you on the cartridge, it comes with a bunch of mini games that you can play, shooting aliens with this blaster. It's got rubber bands, so it feels like a cocking mechanism, and it's really satisfying when you pull the trigger because it actually has some feedback, which is really neat. It was a great idea, and whoever came up with it was genius. But they actually just released today that they're coming out with an add-on to this gem right here, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. This game is awesome. And what better, there's not many better games to put on this platform than this. Um, Unfortunately, we won't be able to fight while we're doing this, as far as I know. It seemed like just on their press release or whatever that it was pretty much a spectator mode, which still is really cool because you can actually check out the boards. Just looking around, you're the camera, so you can look around in that world. You can follow the characters, you can watch them get thrown all over the screen. Just really neat. And there's so many characters in the Smash Brothers universe there, especially now with Ultimate. They've added so many franchises. It's all the characters from like all the different ones. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, you got so many fans from different, from different games. The genres of games that come together in this is amazing. It's a love letter to video game in general. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, you got fans of Capcom with like Street Fighter 2 and Mega Man, right alongside Konami's, Castlevania. You got the Belmonts and you got Solid Snake from Metal Gear. I mean, it's just crazy. We just got Joker from Persona. I mean, just the different franchises here is crazy. Bayonetta, another great one. Who would have thought that these characters would come together alongside like Luigi and Bowser and Link and Samus and all these different characters. It's absolutely amazing. And to think that for $40 you can get a cardboard headset that you just hold up to your face and can play, a virtual reality. Even if it is a beginner set, it still is VR and it works completely. And just the fact that Nintendo, they came out with the blaster set or for $40 or the full package where you get the whole kit for $80 and it has all these other little things you can put together and all these different mini games with a total Nintendo spin on it. These guys are just geniuses for building weird stuff like this. You never know what they're going to do next. And even when they came out with this, it was only like maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks later or something that we got the full game of Breath of the Wild playable with this headset on, or Mario Odyssey, where they actually added a couple little parts, some extra content that they built from the ground up. Even if it wasn't like spectacular, it was still a cool experience. And it really made it when there's a part where a pipe comes out of the ground and then Mario jumps towards your face. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. And anybody that sees that when you're in that headset, I mean, stops and just kind of like, wow, like that was really neat. Because it just hits you. It's like, wow, they did that right. And they couldn't have did it better with Mario. I mean, that was perfect. Him coming out of the pipe at your face like that was just what they needed to do. It completely worked. And you really get that sense of like depth and scale that you can't get any other way than in a virtual reality headset. I mean, think about like Breath of the Wild. When I first put that thing on, actually after I felt sick for like the first minute from the slow frame rate, but that's another story. um, when I was like, I had to go fight a Lionel and a Guardian, or go into a shrine and check that out, or climb up a mountain, and just the sense of depth and just like size of everything was absolutely astonishing. When I was looking up at a Lionel or a Guardian, or jumping off of like the Twin Peaks mountains and just flying through the air, I mean, that was awesome. And even if at first it made me feel sick for a little bit, eventually I adjusted and I got used to it and I was fine. It was still kind of blurry and everything because you are looking at it in handheld mode, and you're getting not even 720p probably at that point. But it still was cool, and it was definitely an experience I'm glad that I had. And just the fact that they're adding another experience and they're not letting this Labo VR headset just die up on your shelf, and just sit there and collect dust, is a great thing. I'm just really happy that they're, going to support this more, because a lot of the other Labo kits or whatever, you don't really see too much. They did add a little bit of stuff later, but this VR headset that they made for the Labo seems like it's going to have legs that are way longer than any of us expected. And, what else can you ask for? Especially for $40. And that was a great bargain. And a lot of this stuff is just free. They're just adding content. And they did say before, Nintendo did say they were going to try to focus on, adding content to, some of their games that they had out already. And, a lot of people thought DLC and stuff. Well, maybe this is kind of what they had in mind. Maybe some of these things they were like, hey, we're going to come out with this Labo headset, this VR experience. Maybe we'll just like toss some little experiences in on some of these games and get people interested in them again. I mean, it's great idea, great marketing, great sales. I mean, it's genius, and I think it's going to work. I actually made a video on a couple of these topics. You should check them out. I made one that was why we need a Nintendo Switch Pro now, which one of the main reasons because of the Labo, and because we're doing it on a 720p headset, then the frame rate just is atrocious, to be honest. The hardware was never built for this stuff. So the fact that it's even doing it is still pretty amazing. But that was one of the things why we need a Nintendo Switch Pro. And I also had another video where I did a list of games. I think it was the top 10 list of games I'd like to see on the Nintendo Switch Labo. And actually Smash Brothers was my number one. So I'm pretty excited that this is coming, to be honest. Even if it is just a spectator mode, hey, at least it's something, and they're giving us a little extra than what we got for free even. I mean, that's the cool part, and I totally respect that. Um, but check out those videos, and you could see some of the other games that I picked. So who knows, maybe some of those will get chosen next. That would be really cool. Some of them will never get chosen, but that's fine. But hey, what do you guys think of this? I mean, like I said, there's just the different franchises in this. It's so big. There's so many people that could potentially pick this stuff up now. You know, it's real exciting times. Like I said, hopefully Nintendo will come out with a PlayStation Pro that does support VR, or just come out with a headset and just do VR separate. Because if anybody could do it right, I believe it'd be Nintendo. They already have the franchises, and you know, with the right tech, you know, they could, even if it's not top of the line. If anybody could pull it off, they can. I mean, look what they're doing with cardboard and some plastic and some cheap lenses. I mean, it's great. Or the blaster, you know, cardboard and some rubber bands. It's really amazing. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about Nintendo actually still putting out content for Labo VR? Do you think it's cool, or do you think VR is just a fad and it's stupid, and hopefully it'll pass by soon so we can get back to regular games? Or do you think it's here to stay and eventually it's going to be way more widespread and mainstream than it is now? But I'd really like to know what you guys think, and do me a favor, please click the subscribe button over here and check out some of my other videos up here and over there, in one of these places. Check out some of these other videos, and hopefully you'll find something you like. And that's the video, guys. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one.